Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about how I reached my weight loss goal. I am very happy to say that I have finally hit that magic number that I was reaching for. And no, I'm not going to say what it is because that doesn't matter. But I am technically the weight I am supposed to be now. And what I want to do is maybe try to lose just like 5 more pounds just so that I can get in that comfort zone of that way if I eat something that I shouldn't or have more calories than I should in a day, I won't be over my uh, weight loss goal number. That way you gotta have that little cushion area. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna talk about some of the things that really helped me reach my weight loss goal because I think there's a lot of people out there that are trying to lose weight and get healthy, and it's not easy. It has taken me a long time. But that was by design because I really didn't want to go crazy and go on some crash diet that I wouldn't be able to stick with. What I'm doing now, I plan on pretty much doing for the rest of my life because I finally found something that works for me. My weight has been up and down, roller coaster seesaw dieting my whole life, as long as I can remember. And I feel like now I have finally found something that I can just, it's not even a diet, it's just how I eat and what I do. So I'm going to go over some of those things with you today. And I just want to say right now, just in case you are one of my newer subscribers, I am going to talk about specific products in the video, but none of these are, none of the companies that make any of these products even know that I'm doing this video, so I'm not sponsored, and I'm not getting any kickbacks or free products or anything from any of these companies or brands or products that I'm going to talk about. But these things have helped me, so I'm going to, share that with you just in case there are some things that you've never tried that I like. Just figured I would pass it along. All right, for me, there are certain key points. I didn't follow any specific diet. I just tried to use common sense and eat healthy. And yes, it took me a long, long time to get to my goal. So if you decide to give this a go, it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to take you a while to get there because it took me quite a while to get to where I'm at now. But they say that the slower you lose it, the more likely you are to keep it off. I don't know how true that is, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out, right? So for me, the things that have been the most important is eating healthy, staying hydrated, and making sure that I have enough fiber in my diet. And that kind of goes hand in hand with eating healthy. But I feel like if you keep things moving along, you know what I mean, without getting too graphic here, but if you don't go to the bathroom enough and you allow yourself to get constipated and things get clogged up, you're not going to be able to lose weight. So you have to keep things moving. What goes in your mouth has to come out your mouth come out through your system in a reasonable amount of time. I mean, so make sure you have plenty of fiber in your diet. One way you can do that is to incorporate a lot of whole grains, which is one of the things that I do. When I buy cereal, because I have cereal for breakfast some mornings, but not every morning. But when I do, I try to buy like whole grain cereals. And then I'll usually buy something to put in the cereal to make it a little more interesting and not so boring. I'll put nuts, which I know somebody's out there saying, nuts are fattening. Well, if you're just putting a few in there, it's not going to be too bad. So I just put a few nuts. I like walnuts, so I'll just put a few walnuts in there. Sometimes I'll put fruit in there. In the summertime, it's great because when everything is in season, I can get some fresh berries and put blueberries or strawberries or something delicious like that. But if it's this time of year, sometimes I'll slice up a banana and put that in there. And again, people are probably thinking, oh, bananas are fattening. But when you don't eat junk, junk food, and you are just eating real food, then you don't really have to worry so much about how many calories are in nuts or bananas or anything like that, because this is all you're getting. So it's not like you're going to be eating something like a donut or a pastry later on, you know? So anyways, that's one thing I do, is I try to eat a lot of whole grains. Something I just discovered recently, which is great if you want to have some type of sandwich, Arnold Sandwich Thins. These are made from whole grains, and they're very thin and small, so you're not getting a lot of bread. But if you wanted to have some type of sandwich, like for example, last night what I did was I had bought some ground chicken, and if you've never had ground chicken, try it. It's really delicious, especially on the grill. I have a George Foreman grill, but what I found was there wasn't hardly any fat in this chicken, so it stuck to the grill. So I think tonight I'm just going to cook it, because I have the other half of the package left. I'm going to cook the other half of the package in a pan on top of the stove with just a little bit of olive oil. It's another thing. I use olive oil pretty much for a lot of my cooking. I also use coconut oil, but those are mainly the two oils that I use, is olive oil and coconut oil, because I feel like those are the healthiest oils. But anyways, yeah, these Arnold Sandwich Thins are great because they're thin. It's not like a lot of bread, and that way if you want to have some type of sandwich, you can. So what I did was I took that ground chicken last night and just made patties with it, and we had chicken sandwiches. I toasted the rolls, and then we had a big salad with it. That's another thing that I do. I eat a lot of salad and a lot of vegetables. When I'm calculating our meals, I try to incorporate as many vegetables as possible, and if there isn't enough food, like if we're not full, then we just eat more salad or more vegetables, and instead of filling up on like the bread or something like that. So that's another thing I do. Now, when it comes to snacks, I mean, come on, everyone has to have a snack once in a while. My thing is popcorn. And I bought, probably about a month or two ago, I bought this, and this thing is so much fun, and it cooks the popcorn perfectly every time. This is the Genuine Whirly Pop popcorn maker from Wabash Valley Farms, and it's whirlypop.com. But I bought this at Bed Bath & Beyond. It was $20, and this makes the best popcorn you've ever had. It's fun too to make it, because what you do is there's a little trap door on the side here, and I put coconut oil and loose popcorn in there, and then you put this on top of the stove, and you put the burner on, and you turn this handle for 3 minutes, because after 3 minutes the popcorn's going to all stop popping and it'll be done. And then you just open up the little trap door and pour it into a bowl. And once this thing is primed, as long as you use it once a week, you don't ever have to wash it, which sounds crazy, but I don't know. I guess I don't really understand why, but that's what it says in the directions, so the manufacturer should know better than me. I mean, if you want to, you certainly can, but if you wash it every time you use it, you're going to have to prime it again, so you're going to be going through a lot of oil. Anyways, I love this thing. It makes fantastic popcorn. It seems to be holding up pretty well, and we use it a lot. Like on the weekends, we'll sit down with Netflix, and we'll either watch the current TV show that we're watching, or we'll watch a movie with a big bowl of popcorn. And so yeah, and it hasn't really interfered with my weight loss, because I don't eat it every day. I just eat it as a treat, and popcorn is a whole grain, so it's fiber, so it moves right through the system and doesn't hang around. So that's what I have for a snack. And then For popcorn, I switched. I used to get Arrowhead Mills is the one that I used to get, but now I'm getting the Jollytime Organic. And this is a little less expensive because we go through a lot of this. So I've been getting this instead. And I haven't seen the Jollytime Organic at every store. It's only like at certain stores. But the reason why I like to get the organic is corn is one of the worst genetically modified crops that we have in this country. And, you know, that opens up a whole can of worms talking about that. So if you want to know more about that, Google it. But I try to avoid genetically modified food if I can because I don't trust it. And I don't really think we should be messing with those things. But that's just my opinion. You know, you might disagree. But anyways, this is very reasonably priced. And it's delicious. And this is just the Jollytime Organic Yellow Popcorn. But Arrowhead Mills makes a good one too. But I think I like this better. It seems to pop a little better. And I've already talked about organic coconut oil in previous videos, but I use organic coconut oil. And in terms of what I mentioned earlier about hydration, staying hydrated is really, really important because, again, it's going to flush everything through and help keep things moving along. I gotta set this down on the floor. I keep bumping into it. So yeah, hydration is important. And so I am the type of person that I try to drink as much water as I can to stay hydrated and also to help you feel full if you're a little hungry and you know it's not quite mealtime yet, but you know you're hungry and you just feel so empty and you need something, so have something to drink. It'll hold you over. So what I've been buying for the last month or two, I would say, my husband and I have both fallen in love with this. It is so good. It's LaCroix water. It's sparkling water. And it comes in a ton of different flavors. There is no sugar, no artificial sweeteners, nothing fake in here. It has a little bit of natural essence. So like this one is orange. So it has just like a few drops of orange juice in it, but it's such an insignificant amount that they don't even, it doesn't even register as calories or anything. So it's just carbonated water and natural flavor. And I buy this at either Walmart or Target, whichever one I happen to be at. We buy cases and cases of this stuff. And it comes in tons of really great flavors that taste so good. But it's very subtle. You know, there isn't a lot of the flavoring in there. It's just enough to make it not boring. Because, you know, sometimes when you drink plain water, it's like, this is so boring. I don't want to drink this. This is delicious. And the carbonation is probably not that great for me, but if it gets me to drink more water, then I know there is definitely a downside to drinking carbonated beverages, that can do negative things to you, but so anyways, I love this LaCroix water, and I think we've tried most of the flavors now. It comes in a ton of flavors. Do they have a website? Yeah, it's LaCroix water. It's LACROIX water.com. So let's see, what else do I drink? I also drink green tea. Green tea is good for antioxidants, and it's good to help curb your appetite. Tea curbs your appetite. Coffee stimulates it. And I did not know that. I just found that out. I read it somewhere online not too long ago. And I was like, that explains a lot, because whenever I would drink coffee, sometimes I would get hungry and I didn't make the connection between it being the coffee. So I only have coffee once in a great, great while now, and I'm drinking almost everything I drink now is either green tea or this LaCroix water. And then, of course, I'll throw in a glass of just plain filtered water once in a while, just to try to, you know, just have some plain water. But all these things have helped me tremendously. For lunch, I have Chobani Chobani Flip Yogurt. Um, I was going to bring one out, but I didn't want it to be sitting on the table for a long time while I was talking. But if you have not tried these, this is the best yogurt because you feel like you're being bad when you're not. It has two sections in it. It has the yogurt in one side, and then it has something delicious in the other side. So when you take the top off, you dump the other side, flip it into the yogurt, and stir it up. And usually what's in the other side is something like nuts or dark chocolate, or they have a ton of different choices and a ton of different flavors. And so I usually have one of those and a piece of fruit for lunch. I'm a big apple fan. I love apples, so I'll usually just have a yogurt and an apple. But we always have citrus as well. We usually have oranges or tangerines or clementines or something like that. If I'm really hungry that day, I'll have a banana, but not if I had one with my cereal and for breakfast in the morning. Because I can't eat bananas every day because, you know, they are kind of high in calories. But that's what I have for lunch typically. And the only exception to that is if I'm going out for lunch one day with someone, I will normally order a salad when I go out for lunch because if I get anything other than that, I tend to gain weight. So I try to stick with salad if I go out to eat. And yeah, for dinner, we usually just have some type of protein like chicken or fish or beef and a vegetable. Or once in a while, I'll buy veggie burgers and we'll just have one of those with some more vegetables. It just depends on, you know, whatever I feel like having or what I have in the house. And what else do I eat? The only other thing I think I did mention is sometimes I have eggs for breakfast. I'll either have a poached egg on toast or I'll have scrambled eggs and toast, and I buy whole grain bread. Not, you know, this I just use for sandwiches, but I buy like regular whole grain bread for toast. And yeah, you could. I don't use that for sandwiches because the kind that I buy is very dense. I think it's a local company though, so I'm not going to bother to tell you what it is because you probably wouldn't be able to get it where you live. It's a New England company, we'll put it that way. And so I've been getting that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's what I eat. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, what about exercise? I have a lot of physical problems. I have a problem with my knee, my back, my shoulder. So I can't really exercise the way a normal person would. As a matter of fact, that's how I hurt my back, was exercising. I damaged one of the discs in my back many years ago exercising, and it hasn't been right since. For a long time, I was stuck in a chair and I couldn't really walk, and it was bad. But it got better over time, and now, you know, I can walk and stuff now. But it was really bad for a long time. But I still have to be so careful what I do. Like I can't really lift anything heavy or bend over and lift something even moderately heavy, or it stinks. But anyways, and then after that I developed a problem with my foot. So then, even though my back was better, I had that problem with my foot. That has been resolved now. I haven't had any problems with that since I've started wearing shoes with better support. But now I have a problem with my knee. So it's always something. So I can't really exercise like the way most people would, but I just try to move around as much as I can and not like just sit in a chair for a long time, and just try to keep moving and stay busy, and as much as I can. As much as I can until something hurts and then I sit down. Because lately my knee has been, I think it might be arthritis because when I was young, I had some accidents that involved my knee, and I think it might be arthritis now, so I'm not sure. But anyways, these are some of the things that I've done to reach my goal weight. And I think, yeah, eating healthy, eating whole grains, staying hydrated, eating a lot of vegetables, being careful about um, how much you have um, for like treats or things that aren't good for you. I mean, nobody is perfect. Every once in a while, you're going to eat something that you know you shouldn't. But if that happens, the next day, just get right back on track and go back to eating, you know, as healthy as possible. And it's not the end of the world if you screw up once in a while. I mean, we're all human, and nobody's going to be able to be perfect or stick to a certain way of eating every day for the rest of their life. Every once in a while, you're going to want something that you know you shouldn't eat. For example, this past weekend, I had Chinese food. Fast food Chinese, you know, the bad stuff, the fried stuff, and I know I shouldn't eat that. You know, I don't feel good after I eat it, and I know there's a lot of chemicals and stuff in it, but let's face it, it tastes really good. So, you know, once in a great, great while, I'll have something that I shouldn't have. That's just one example. It could be a slice of pizza or whatever, but, you know, nobody's perfect, but just the next day, get right back on track and go back to eating what you know you should be eating, which is healthy foods. So that's it, you guys. I just figured I would share some of this with you in case any of you are trying to lose weight. I thought maybe something that I said might be helpful. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.